Kevin, after what the club's been through over the past few years, you must be rapt to see the buzz around the place to be back in finals.
Well, look, it's been exciting for everybody. I mean, a lot of hard work's done, obviously, by the board and the staff to get our sort of whole club back on track. It's been great being back here. Obviously, last year was a tumultuous year from a point of view of while that happened, and of course to come back and have over 1 million people go to our games, which is just incredible. 1 million people come to our matches, and of course, and it's great to see Tigerland up there with the other sort of million people. But in general, the team's been really resilient to come back. The coaches themselves have found some very good young talent, young Stewart and Tip and Woody, and these boys are coming through, Laverty and that. So it's been good from that point of view. Obviously, to get into the finals and go to Sydney, where we play pretty well in Sydney, which is good. I mean, we should have won the game up there last time. I'd say we'll nearly have our best side in, which is great to have that extra week and get themselves ready for the game. I think John will be pretty happy with that, Woosha. So, and I think in general the whole club had a fantastic turnout here today for the watch training, which is excellent from the point of view. Membership's up, the greatest Essendon membership ever in the history of basically 147 years nearly. So, yeah, we get that right over the next sort of. It'll be great to win this week and move into another final will be obviously wonderful. But that's a challenge in itself. But you know, the Western Bulldogs last year won it from 7th. So anything can happen with this week off. I think it's important that everybody realises that, and anything can happen in a game. So our boys are very keen. They're very confident, obviously, and yet when you think back and what they've been through, many of them. It's been an incredible performance by the whole club in general, and just our membership to have 67,000, nearly 68,000 is an incredible, it's incredible when you can't fit 68,000 into Etihad. It's an amazing sort of comeback by the fans themselves to let everybody know, well, we're not going to die without a fight after the tough years. So that's pleasing. I think that lifts the spirits of the players, that when they run out there, they know they've got a full stadium nearly every time. I think, over 50-odd thousand have turned up in our home games, and it's only a 55,000 stadium, So from that point of view, it's been sensational.
On field, what are the biggest reasons that the Dons can win it? The whole thing, not just against Sydney.
Well, I think the element of surprise, we've had our best side out for a while, and we've just worked through to the end of the season, and I think that our staff, our recruiting staff in particular, Merv Kane and Adrian Dodora, they had 5 players selected in the All-Australian team, and obviously, Paddy's playing a port, and our other boy over at Melbourne, Hibbert. So 3 players, a fantastic achievement, young guys ready to build this team's future, and I think that they can actually already play well in Sydney, so they know they can handle the ground. That's not a major problem. And shouldn't have lost the last game, but did. I understand that, but I don't think it presents any worries for our team to go and play well in Sydney at all. And I think our speed and our ball-winning ability is still there, which is good. And I think that gives us a really great opportunity to perform well. If you perform well, you've got a real good opportunity there. And to be at least right with Sydney, who are a very, very good side. Where they've come from and what they've been able to achieve. John's Longmire's a pretty damn good coach, but it's 2 teams in it, and that's what made the Bulldogs every game last year. They just got there, took the risk, and went for it, and probably deserve that premiership more than anyone.
What do you see in the shed a premiership winning side, or the potential to be one over the next month?
Look, I can tell you what happens in this game, only being in it for 50 years, right? Which is probably double your lifetime. But we rolled into 93, and nobody thought we'd win the premiership. At the start of the year, at the middle of the year, at the end of the year, we went out and we lost our first final by a kick, basically. And from then on, we went on. You grow. Young people grow in finals, and they put their best out there, and you got a chance. And that's the exciting part for the Bomber fans here at the moment, and the players themselves, is to get out there. They've been waiting to get a final so quickly after being suspended for that year. It's been an enormous bonus to everybody, and the team itself has actually played very well against the best sides in the AFL, and that's one of its stronger points. We lost 2 or 3 games that we should never have lost, but then you could say that about everybody. But when they're up, the boys they're confident, got good experienced leaders, and got a really good now middle core and about 4 young players like Tip and Woody coming through, and Stewart that are they're really making up. Now that happened in '93, and you don't know what's going to happen. The year's been exciting for everybody. The AFL, they'll be laughing all the way to the bank because every final's going to be sensational, really, when you look at it. So I think the Bombers have got as good a chance as anybody, and you just don't know. Did you think Hawthorn wouldn't have won it last year? Well, they didn't. Did you think Bulldogs? No, but they did. This is what the finals does present. It presents a whole new ballpark, and I think that's the exciting thing about our game.
Where did you have the Bombers on your pre-season ladder? Did you think?
I'll be honest, I had them 11 wins, 11 losses and 100%. I thought that would be a very good medium year for where we had been, but in the end, we have got to basically, 12 wins and 105 or 6%. And that sturdiness and steadiness with Johnny Horsfall has been very, very important for the club. Right here, and of course he deserved that after his first year of the penalty that he had to work through, not knowing when he signed at this club that he was going to cop that in his first 12 months. So he's been a fantastic leader for the club.
You think Essendon, Sydney at the SCG, probably think Tony Lockett 1996, you still like some revenge for that one?
Look, I don't think our boys were born in 1996 to be honest, but look, I think in the end, I think 99 was worse because we lost a lot injured in that match. I think 5 wouldn't have been able to play the next week. So I can forgive the players on the loss on that one and ourselves and the coaching staff. But 99, that hurt worse than 96, I can assure you. But as I told everybody, look, it was great to allow Sydney to win that game that night. And promoted football in Sydney, and now we've created a monster in Sydney called the Swans, and an even better monster called the Giants. But that's what we do in footy. We love the game, we're there, and we're a chance.
And if you were Woosher, what would you be doing about Buddy?
That's a terrible ask.
That's for him?
If I was Woosher, Woosher would not want to be me. We're different cats, but look, I think that he knows what to do. He's an experienced coach, and Buddy has his bad days too. He does. He misses goals, and he's a superstar, obviously, and it's been a wonderful get. And having to cover basically him and Tippett, so we've got to work out, obviously strategically how the coaching staff will work through the game. But we'll do that. That's their job, and that's our job is to promote the game.
Essendon aside, who wins the flag sheets?
Well, Adelaide's in the box seat, aren't they? There's no doubt about that. But we'll find out how good a couple of teams are in this first group of weeks, because you've got the Giants who have been up there, not playing great all year, but always in the top 2 or 3. Tigers have shown an amazing amount of spirit. I mean, good luck Geelong, because they're going to have to play extremely well. It's going to be an amazing game at the MCG, isn't it? Really, I think. I still think that whoever beats Adelaide's going to win the premiership.
Kevin, you mentioned before the fans sticking by the club. Were you worried that wouldn't be the case?
No, because I get out with the fans a lot. I go around Australia. My job really is not to sit in an office and sit behind a desk. You get out there and meet the people. I've been going around Australia for the last 3 years since I've been back. And to build that trust and belief and loyalty and confidence that our club is heading in the right direction. Can't wait to get our women's team up here. We're going to have a whole new model stadium basically here for our women's team and our partners in regard to the community level. So this whole slice of real estate out here is going to be in the next 3 to 5 years totally developed again, because we want to make sure that being the first club that basically started their own women's coaching group, the Essendon Women's Network of 380 women in a coaching group, was unbelievable 20 years ago. And of course, one of the great moves by the AFL is that we've got the Women's League in vogue, and I think that's been excellent. So we want to really move now in the next decade to 20 years as one of the most powerful clubs by what we do and our actions. And I think that's going to be important, both on and off the field.
You've touched on the Tigers and the Giants.
Yes.
Are you pretty excited about this final series with your 3 teams being in it?
Mate, I am. I mean, I did a function yesterday with a black and red club called West Adelaide. David Grenvold, former premiership player, is the manager there, and we had Chappelli and Rod Marsh and myself, and a lot of Bomber fans are dressed in black and red, ready for the finals over there. And of course, I put on the stage my 3 scarves. I'm a life member of the 3 clubs. There wouldn't be many 3 club life members around, but I don't think I can lose it, Nelly. I think one of them are going to get, I hope it's the Bombers, but one of them are going to get through, which will be pretty exciting if one of my clubs get through. And Mate, when you're that old and you've been around for 50 years, you're allowed to have a bit of fun. Okay? And that's what this final series should be about. Cheers.